Today, we're going to be checking out the Warwolf pickup set from Mr. Glyn's Pickups. So I've had Mr. Glyn's Pickups on the channel before. I demoed their drag pickup, which is really cool. It was a doom-focused pickup, which you don't see a whole lot of. And they reached out and asked if they could send over this for me to check out. It was a new kind of high-gain, extreme metal pickup. And just from the name alone, Warwolf, I was definitely down. If that's not the name of like a 80s thrash metal band or a current European power metal band, somebody's messing up. So what about these pickups? Well, they are meant for, more low-tuned kind of stuff, definitely extreme high-gain metal. And while I don't think that you'll probably be wanting these for super tight, genty kind of stuff, although I'm sure with an overdrive you could get there, on their own, they definitely do work for lower tunings. I was just playing in the in-mix and I will in the out-of-mix in C-sharp standard, which isn't the lowest tuning you can go to by any means, but it handled that tuning just fine. What was nice though is even though it handled the low tuning, it still had chunk. The palm mutes were really, really nice and thick. There's pretty good saturation across the board. So you have that low end saturation where you want it for the palm mutes. Everything feels chunky. Mid-range is pretty smooth. And this might just be because they're called blades. As you can see, it has blade pole pieces on it. But I always feel like those have more cut. I get it, blade cut, I'm seeing it, so I'm thinking it must be more cutting. But I don't think that's really the case. Every time I've ever had a blade pole piece pickup, I feel like there's more kind of top indie cutting, kind of upper aggression on that pickup, and this is definitely no exception. And that gets a nice balance too, because like I said, there is some saturation on that low end for those palm mutes, and if it didn't have that top end to balance it out, it would probably seem too dark or muddy in comparison. Now these are ceramic pickups. The bridge pickup is actually a double ceramic magnet, and it's pretty hot. It's hitting the front end of my Angle Savage pretty hard and making it saturate even more. Like I said, the bridge pickup is nice and chunky and aggressive at the same time, whereas the neck pickup I actually find is really good for cleans because it has that round low end, but it also has that, nice kind of top end clarity you get from this being a bit more aggressive in the top end. So you kind of get that nice scoop that I like with clean pickups on the neck position, because it doesn't get too pokey in the mid-range. It feels really smooth and glassy. It's also good for like single note kind of lead stuff. So that's pretty much all the features. I mean, they're pickups. It's not like there's going to be a ton of things to go over with them. But let's actually, you know, hear this outside of a mix. Now, I had these loaded into my Solar G-type guitar, and then that's going to be running into the Ingle Savage Mark 20 120 watt, which is then going to be going into my Two Notes Captor X, which has a DV77 and VM1265 IR blend. My own personal one, it's mostly the DV77. And if you actually dig it, you can get that in a Dropbox link down below. And then it's going to be going into the lead channel on that Ingle Savage for all the distorted tones. And then for the clean tones, it's going to go into the clean channel of the Savage. And for those clean tones, you're going to be hearing a Strymon Blue Sky reverb, just because dry clean tones are boring. So let's check it out. I think you can see more of what I'm talking about there now. Definitely chunky on those palm mutes, really thick and saturated while never losing, you know, that kind of top end clarity or bite. I'm pretty sure that's what they were going for, but it really lends these things to like some high gain, like aggressive stuff, especially I feel like death metal, like old school death metal. And then that neck pickup just sounded really, really nice and warm and round for clean tones. I actually really like that neck pickup for clean tones more than I thought I would. So I'd be interested to know your thoughts on this, if you dug these or if you tried anything else out for Mr. Glyn's pickups and thought it was cool. I am going to have a link down below if you'd like to check this out or anything else out from that awesome little Kiwi over there in New Zealand. But thanks for watching. Stay metal.